Welcome to The Explainer. So today we're tackling one of the biggest questions out there. What happens after we die? We're going to explore the idea of rebirth through a really fascinating and maybe new philosophical lens. All right, let's just dive right in with the biggest, most common question people have about rebirth. It's the central riddle we have to solve. If this is all true, if we've lived before, where are the memories? Why does every new life feel like we're starting from scratch, with a totally blank slate? Well, the philosophy we're looking at today suggests we're searching for the answer in the completely wrong place. The problem isn't about finding lost memories. The real problem is we might not even know who we are in the first place. It's basically a case of mistaken identity. Okay, so let's really dig into this riddle. To crack the code on the memory puzzle, we're going to need a whole new way of looking at who, or maybe what, we really are. And that leads us straight to this really crucial distinction, the soul versus the personality. Getting a handle on this separation, between the real actor and the temporary mask, is the key to making this whole thing click. So, first up, you've got the soul. Now, don't think of this as some static, unchanging thing. No, this is the real you, the immortal being on this absolutely epic journey of evolution. Its entire purpose is to grow, to gather the essence, the pure wisdom from every single experience across countless lifetimes. And then, on the other hand, you've got the personality. The person you think of as you right now. It's best to think of it like a temporary mask that the soul puts on for just one lifetime. It's a purpose-built vehicle. A specific body, a specific mind, designed perfectly for the particular lessons this one life is supposed to teach. And when you see them side by side like this, it just clicks, right? Our personality is temporary, disposable even. It's all about this one life and its specific memories. But the soul, the true actor behind the mask, it's playing the long game. It cares about growth over eternity. Our personality is just the role for Act 27 in a play that's 1,000 acts long. Okay, so that raises a pretty big question, doesn't it? If our personality and all its memories just disappear, how in the world does the soul actually learn anything? How does it grow from one life to the next? What exactly is getting carried forward? Well, the answer is this really interesting concept called the soul personality. Now, this is super important. This is not the same as the temporary personality we were just talking about. This is the evolving part of the soul itself. It's the piece of us that carries forward, growing richer and more complex, not with specific memories, but with the wisdom that's been distilled from them. This analogy just makes it all so clear. Imagine the soul as a seed, and life provides all the elements, the sun, the rain, the soil, of all our experiences. Now, the seed doesn't remember every single sunny day or every single storm in detail, of course not. Instead, it assimilates them. It uses them as fuel to grow into a stronger, more complex tree. The soul doesn't remember the life, it becomes more because of the life. And this, right here, is what brings us full circle, all the way back to our original question about memory. Because if the soul only carries forward the essence of experience, well, then maybe forgetting all the details isn't a bug in the system. Maybe it's a feature. This just flips the whole problem right on its head. What if we're meant to forget? What if memory loss isn't a flaw, but an incredible gift, an absolutely crucial feature of our evolution that makes any real growth possible in the first place? And here's the core logic behind that idea. If you had to carry the full weight of a past personality, all its habits, its traumas, its fears, its baggage, you'd just be trapped, right? You'd be stuck in a cycle of repeating the same old mistakes. Forgetting is freedom. It gives the soul a clean slate to build a new person for a new set of lessons, completely unburdened by who it was before. I mean, think about it. We see this logic in our own lives right now. Can you really remember the details of being a baby? No. But those experiences definitely shaped who you are. A person who gets amnesia loses their personal story, but they don't stop being themselves. They're still the same core being. So when you consider the absolutely radical change of death and rebirth, a new body, a new brain, a total reset of the surface memory isn't just plausible, it's pretty much what you'd expect. So what's the grand purpose of this whole cosmic setup? It becomes pretty clear it's not about us digging through a library of past lives, trying to figure out who we used to be. The entire system is basically hardwired with this incredible forward momentum. In this view, universal nature really only cares about one thing: the future. It's not concerned with preserving old stories. It's all about the constant, unending evolution of consciousness into something bigger, something greater. So your past lives aren't some storybook you're supposed to reread. A better way to think about it is like a quarry. They're kept hidden behind a veil, and they serve as this deep, unseen source of raw materials, our strengths, our tendencies, our distilled wisdom, that the soul uses to build the personality for this life and for all the lives to come. And that just changes everything, doesn't it? It shifts our whole focus. According to this view, searching for who you were is just a distraction. The past is just the raw material. The real work, the real power, is right here in the present moment. The most important question you could ever ask isn't, who was I? It's, who am I choosing to become right now?